Today I want to show you how to manifest money like Jim Carrey. And I recently stumbled upon a very interesting interview that Jim Carrey had years ago, or I think it was decades ago, with Oprah Winfrey. And I also put a link to this interview in the description. It's available on YouTube, it's available for free. You can then watch it for yourself and see that I'm actually telling the truth here. But Jim Carrey is an amazing example, if not the most amazing example when it comes to celebrities manifesting their dream life. So here's what Jim Carrey told Oprah. He said that he drove up Mulholland Drive every single night and visualized himself being a successful actor. He visualized that directors were interested in him. He visualized that people were valuing his work, telling him, hey, good job, your work is amazing. And he visualized things coming to him. And back then he had nothing. I mean, it's easy to visualize to be rich when you're already rich. But back then he had really nothing. No millions, no successful movies, nothing, nada, zero. And he told Oprah in the interview that he did it because it made him feel better. And by doing that, of course, as a deliberate creator, you know that it's all about your vibration, your emotions. So every night he made himself feel better. And here's the important thing, the most important thing from the whole interview. Here's what he said. I have these things. They are out there. I just don't have a hold of them yet, but they are out there for me. He already knew that. He expected these things to happen. And then he did the most amazing thing. And that's the main idea that I want you to leave with after this episode, that I want you to do and put into practice. Do it Jim Carrey style. Do what he did. And I promise you, you will have success with it because I have success with it. I use the same technique. I use it a little bit different because in Europe, we don't usually use checks so much, but still I do the same thing just with my bank account statement. So here's what he did. He wrote himself a check for $10 million. For acting services rendered. That's how he described it in the interview. I might not be a successful actor right now, but I am already a successful actor. It's out there. And just before the deadline that he set for himself, he made $10 million on Dumb and Dumber. If you really think about this, how absolutely crazy from a logical point of view that whole thing is. You have a guy who's very unsuccessful, has no leading role in a movie, no money, nothing. And every night he drives up Mulholland Drive, he visualizes this, and he wrote himself a check of $10 million. When you really think about it, now that he's a successful actor, one of the most successful actors of all time actually, and now he tells this story, everybody goes, wow, that's amazing, whoa, that's amazing. But think back to the time when he wasn't successful. Think about if Jim Carrey, the old Jim Carrey, before Jim Carrey became Jim Carrey, before that, if he would have told you, hey, I wrote myself this check for $10 million and I visualize this dream life every night and yeah, it's out there. From a logical perspective, and that's something that you have to keep in mind, 99.99% of people would say, you're insane, you belong in the nut house. You're completely out of it. You're completely insane. Are you on drugs? What's wrong with you? But because Jim Carrey believed in the law of attraction more than in anything else, in several interviews he actually said that he always believed in miracles, and that was his biggest advantage. Because most people out there, they don't believe in miracles. And I did the same thing. Jim Carrey inspired me to do the same thing. Like I said, a little bit different. Instead of writing myself a check, I wrote myself my own bank account statement. All I did was I downloaded my bank account statement from my online banking account and I used Photoshop to adjust the numbers a little bit. And while I'm looking at my bank account statement, at my new bank account statement, at the bank account statement that I want and that I know deep down I already have, while doing that, I try to feel as rich as possible. And I try to feel these emotions. And you can do the same. No matter if you use a check, if you use your PayPal balance, if you use a bank account statement, you can use the same technique. And now let's have a quick look at why Jim Carrey did everything right and why you can use the same technique. First, he visualized exactly what he wanted. He was completely clear about his intent. He didn't say, yeah, I might want to become a writer. Yeah, maybe I want to become, I don't know, astronaut or maybe a firefighter. And if it works out, then I will become an actor. No, he said, I want to become an actor. I have nothing. I have no savings, I have no money in the bank, but I am an actor. I will become a successful actor. It's already out there. And that's why he didn't write on the check $10 million, but he said $10 million for acting services rendered. He was so clear about his intent that the universe had to deliver. His intent was 100% clear. There was no wishy-washy mixed vibration of I want to go left, right, center, wherever. He was 100% clear about his intent. And you can do the same if you're clear about your intent. And he said when he wants to achieve it. He didn't say he wants to be a millionaire by the age of 80. He gave himself, I think it was 3 years or 5 years. And he then said, this is the time that I want to achieve it. And this is what he did. He was very clear about what he wanted. He was very clear about when he wanted to achieve it. And it's the same principle that I use in the report that you can find in the link in the description. I also share exactly how I attracted more than $7,000 in less than 10 days. In fact, I attracted this amount of money in 9 days. And if you download the report, you will see exactly the affirmations that I used and the manifestation process. And when I attracted that money, I also didn't say, yeah, I want the $7,000 someday, I don't know when, but maybe someday later. No, I was very specific. The more specific you are and the clearer your intent, the more likely it is that you get what you want. And he practiced over and over again. He didn't just do it once. He said in the interview with Oprah that he looked at this check constantly, all the time. He said something like, I deteriorated again and again and again and again. So he didn't just do it once. And also when you think about his visualization exercise, he didn't just drive up to Mulholland Drive once. He did it every night, every single night. And then he visualized it. And this is the power of it. He was consistent, he practiced, he put in the work. And yes, in some sense, manifestation is work. You have to do something. I have my manifestation process that I do every morning and every night. It takes time of the day and it requires work. But it makes you feel so good and it leads to such amazing results in your life. And the last point, maybe the most important point of all, he believed that he already has it. He said, and I quote, I do have these things. They are out there. I just don't have a hold of them yet. So he really believed that he has it already. In other words, he expected it to happen. At no point did he say, yeah, maybe it will happen. I'm not quite sure. Let's see. No, he was 100% sure that he will attract these things, that he will get these things. And if you follow these steps and use this method that Jim Carrey used so successfully, then you will attract incredible wealth, financial abundance, and so much money into your life. And if you want to know how I attracted thousands of dollars in just a couple of days, then you can click on the link in the description and find out more about how I did it, with the exact affirmations and the exact manifestation process. I share everything in the report in the description. And if you enjoyed watching this video, please send out some love to the YouTube universe by giving this video a big thumbs up. And I would also appreciate it if you would leave a comment in the comment section below and let me know what you think about my video. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel and to click on the notification bell so that you get notified whenever I release a new video for you.